And I feel like this play is on some level a collage or a mashup. I've cut out these figures of Faustus, Hamlet, Luther, and stuck them on the same landscape, and I've taken all these things from, it's loaded with Easter eggs, I guess is what I'm saying. If you know anything about like the history, like the more research I do, the deeper down the rabbit hole I would get. Like the first country to adopt Lutheranism as its official religion was Denmark.
Oh.
Which I thought was, that's odd.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then, and I knew that Hamlet was in some ways a proto-existentialist in the way that he's dealing with things, that essential dislocation he feels from everything, that nausea. And that kind of, that nausea came out of the Sartrean idea of really recognizing what's going on around you and that feeling you have. And I decided to start laying in all of these things from early existentialist writing, mainly Kierkegaard, who is Danish, whose name means churchyard. So it's little things like that. So Hamlet makes reference to fear. He talks about fear and trembling, which is one of Kierkegaard's things. There's Faustus is very much a Nietzschean, preaching the will to power. It turns out that in my research that Nietzsche's father was a Lutheran pastor.
Oh, how interesting.
So it just became this big stew of association.
When an audience member comes to see your play, is there anything you would like them to take away from there? Is it a feeling, a word, anything that you would like them to take away from this piece that you wrote?
That's a really good question. I would like to, I write plays that I want to go see. Mm-hmm. And what I like about, the first thing that pops in my head when you say that is when I saw Carol Churchill's A Number. Mm-hmm. And I remember it's kind of a short play. And I saw it with 4 friends, and we all went afterwards and talked about the play longer than the play itself. It went on, and that's what I like, is that it's generating that type of conversation. So I would hope people would maybe explore, both what that means for Shakespeare's Hamlet, if you take all the stuff that happened in my play at face value, but also about their own. A lot of the experience of the play is also based on my experience as a student in both college and grad school, and the influence that I've been lucky my whole life to have great teachers who care about the things they're teaching and the people they're teaching, and I guess there's something about that I would like people to consider, thinking back on who did that for them and how they can do it for somebody else, because you can really change the world if you change people's minds. First, I want people to be entertained. I want the play to be funny. But I also like some of those, and the central thing, of course, is science versus, religion, or faith versus reason, however you want to contextualize it. And that argument is never going to go away. And we get peaks and valleys in our own modern culture about, the danger of one side, that they're best when they're working together. They'll always, like they say that science can tell us how the universe was made, but it can't tell us why. And that's the realm of philosophy and theology. And I don't know. If people kind of turn those ideas over in their head and just talk, just to start a discussion.